Hey there, folks. I'm meteorologist Matt Barentine. Hope you're having yourself a great afternoon. It's pretty nice out there today, and we're going to have some nice days ahead. A little chilly in the morning, but I really wanted to take us down the line here for our Fox 10 Next Weather and talk about what's going to happen for the holiday as we head towards, of course, Thanksgiving here coming up next week. And if you look here down the line on the 7-day forecast, you're going to see it's going to be a day where the morning is fairly mild in the upper 50s and the afternoons going to be in the 70s. So temperatures are not going to be an issue for us on Thanksgiving Day. It's going to be pretty mild. If you plan on having your meal, partly outside, I know a lot of folks like to do even kind of like a cookout sort of situation where people will set up stuff outside, because a lot of times our weather on Thanksgiving Day can be pretty darn nice. And temperature-wise, it looks like it's going to be perfect for that sort of thing. But you notice I said temperature-wise because there are going to be some rain chances here on Thanksgiving Day. You can see that there. Right now we have it at 30%. So we're looking at mostly cloudy conditions, showers, highs in the 70s. Now, of course, very generically wrote showers there, right? Just showers. So what's the actual setup here? Well, here is the Futurecast. I had to stop it because I was just going to run. This is for 6 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning. Okay? And you can see that it looks fine there. As we head towards, let's go to lunchtime. I'm going to stop this right around noon. And in fact, I'm going to a little pause point in there for myself. So here's lunchtime. And you do notice the model showing some green in our area for the possibility of some showers. There's going to be a front, and it's going to be approaching. Now, the timing of this, we're talking, obviously today is Thursday, we're talking a full week out. In timing of fronts, when you're talking about a week out, can change, obviously, right? So we're going to have to watch this. If this thing if it gets itself in gear and it's starting to move faster, then we could be talking about more rain during the day on Thanksgiving. Of course, it could also do the other thing, right? It could slow down and even lower our risks of rain. So right now we're just going with 30%. So more on the end, I think it won't come in until later in the day. But once again, we're talking 7 days out, and this is the world of prediction here. You have to realize a 7-day forecast. There is going to be, some adjustments here as we continue to get more information and get closer to the actual event. So there it is. So that's noon. And so here's, let me go back a little bit. Let's go back to about like 3 in the afternoon. Because I know a lot of folks, what you do is you kind of make it that one big meal of the day. Because you might say, hey, we're going to do our Thanksgiving dinner right at lunchtime, right at noon, right? And then what happens? It just takes a little longer to get everything to the table, and there's a lot to do. Ends up being 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but that's okay because nobody cares as long as because everybody's going to pick off some food at the beginning, and then of course you don't have to worry about dinner that evening because everybody's just going to reheat some food. So I know a lot of people 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's if you're going to do an outside thing. That's when you're going to do it. And as we're looking here at the modeling, now keep in mind once again with 7 days out. This model, the GFS model I'm showing you, is very broad. It doesn't give us fine granular detail. It doesn't have that kind of resolution. We won't get that kind of resolution in the modeling until we get within about 3 days. 3 days is when we start getting better resolution on the models. Anything outside of 3 days, this is the kind of resolution you get, where you get sort of that green sort of painted over that broad general area. That doesn't mean it's going to be lightly raining here from South Mobile County all the way through the Florida Panhandle. It just means there's a possibility of some light showers here and there, okay? That's what that would mean. Heavier rain is going to be up along that front. Now, once again, that front could be going a little faster. We'll have to kind of wait and see on that. So that's where we're at about in the middle of the afternoon there. Let me stop it right about there. And then let's go to I stopped it at 6. And because by 6, most people are going to be inside anyhow. So even if it does begin raining in the evening, it's not going to be as big of a deal. But we are going to see that rain moving on in. And it looks like it'll rain Thanksgiving night, maybe early on the Black Friday morning. Of course, that used to be a big deal when folks would go do all the crazy shopping on Friday morning. Not as big of a deal anymore. I guess there's still a few people that do it. But just be aware that if you are, there could be some rain around that Friday morning as well as we're dealing with all this. So I think the bottom line here is that, well, one, if you plan on doing your meal outside, the temperatures are going to be fine. But rain is right now is still a question mark, and it looks like we will have at least some level of showers around during the day on Thanksgiving. Right now, it looks like it'll be fairly low level, just talking of scattered light showers. But that makes it hard to eat outside, so you may just want to plan on doing everything indoors, at least the food part of it. And then, of course, people, it's not going to be raining all day or anything like that, so people could go outside and throw the football around, or you can have a few tables set up outside. Folks may want to come sit at and have another plate of food or something. I wouldn't suggest planning to do the whole thing outside unless you have some way to get cover. I mean, if you got a couple of those nice little tent things or whatever, you're going to go out to the park and do that family reunion. I know some of our parks, there'll be a number of people out there. And of course, a lot of the parks have the gazebos or sort of the covered areas. And of course, you can always get those little tents that you use at football tailgates and set some of those up as well. So I don't think it's going to be a big problem, but we're going to keep an eye on it. Like I said, this front, it could speed up. That is certainly possible. And here it is at 6 o'clock. Well, sorry, I'm pointing the wrong way. Here it is at 6 o'clock, right, in the evening, getting pretty close. Well, what if that's, noon, right? It's possible it could speed up like that. And this is the way it could look here at noontime. That is certainly possible because, once again, we are a full week out here. So we cannot give you exact specifics when you're talking about a full week out on a forecast. The generalities, though, are there. The temperatures should be fine. I'm not worried at all about the temperatures. We're not going to have a big cold blast before, or it's not going to be overly warm. It's 74. It's pretty warm on Thanksgiving Day. So it looks pretty good temperature-wise. Rain-wise, for now, we're going to go with some scattered light showers. That's what I'm going to go with. We'll get you more detail, like I said, as we get closer and we get more resolution on the models and we just get more information in. We get a better look at the timing of all this. Give it a couple of days. But I would just say if you're planning on eating outside, just have a plan in case there's going to be some light rain, because it's going to be possible. So that's what it looks like for Thanksgiving. Oh, I wanted to show you something while you're here. Let me just go ahead and put this up for you real quick. Just to let you know, tonight is the lighting of the tree up in Fairhope. It's not really up anywhere, I guess, unless you're in Gulf Shores, I guess. It's up to Fairhope. But Fairhope's doing their Christmas tree lighting night. Obviously, it's not just the tree there in Fairhope. They light up everything along the road. It's really pretty. We're going to be out there live. Fox 10 is. So go ahead and come on down. It looks like beautiful weather for that. Just cool enough to wear a light jacket, which is nice. If we're going to have a Christmas tree lighting, I went to the one in Mobile on Friday, and it was hot. I was wearing short sleeves, and I was still warm. So, but the one here tonight for Fairhope is looking good. We'll have coolish, not cold weather, but at least cool enough for a light jacket. So you might want to head on out to that here tonight for the lighting of the trees in Fairhope. Get out there early because parking is always an issue. Obviously, the tree will be lit up just after sunset, around, I think, about probably somewhere between 5:30 and 6. Don't hold me to that. You could look it up on their Facebook page. I'm not sure the exact timing, but I would get down there long before that anyhow. If you're going to head out to that, something to think about now. Here we are at 2:40, so if you want to head to that, go ahead and do it. It should be a good time out there at night. Good family stuff going on. Once again, I'm meteorologist Matt Barentine. Thank you so much for joining us here on our Fox 10 Gulf Stream and Next Weather. We will be catching up with you soon. Have yourself a wonderful day. We are out. We'll see you later. Bye now.